I'd like to welcome everyone to the Madison County Board of Commissioners regular business meeting, May 24, 2021, 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have a good bit to cover tonight, but I don't think most of it will go quick if I can speak quick. We have approval of the minutes for April 19th, 2021 regular business meeting, the minutes of May 3rd, agenda setting work session. Take a moment to look over those. If there's no discrepancies, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Dalster.
Second motion.
I have a second by Mr. Chandler. All in favor? Dennis?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's going to be a good night. Business involving guest groups or multiple visitors. Oh, we forgot to wait on mine.
Don't worry about it.
We didn't get into no legal genre yet.
No problem. I used to pay 4 minutes.
That's right.
Well, how much 4 minutes costs?
Got hung up in the roundabout, didn't get out.
Traffic wasn't my friend.
Understand. All right, so there's no business involving guest groups or multiple visitors. We'll go straight into the chairman's report. First off, if any of you here has an opportunity to catch some of the graduating class of 2021, please tell them congratulations. That's one of the things. I know my daughter's graduating this year, but I don't think we ever stress enough this pivotal moment in these children's lives to be able to graduate from high school. They give up 13 years of, they're fixing to learn what the real world's about, and we wish the best for each and every one of them. I sat through several of the graduations from the elementary schools. If you ever get an opportunity for that, that's just phenomenal. Those kids are so excited. And I just want to throw a shout out there to all of our grads. Appreciate it. Great job. And I can only wait to see what they contribute to our county in the coming future years. Madison County Youth Football sign-ups are still open until June 1st. Please go to the rec department website, or Facebook has a link if you'd like to join the football team, and this is also for football and cheer. Same website. And early in tonight's meeting, tonight is Miss Madison's last night with us at the board. Everyone's seen the lovely flowers. She has candy, might be enough for everybody. We have one more thing for you, and this is marking your time spent here in appreciation for the dedicated time served on this board. It means a lot. From the public's perspective, I've heard lots of great things and how you're going to be missed, and I've consulted with every one of them that it is a true statement to say that you will be missed, young lady.
Thank you all so much. I was not expecting that, and that's very much appreciated. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the EMS. I'm over here reading this card and trying to wipe away the tears. It's awful nice. So thank you so much.
And you are awful nice.
All right, into the business. I don't want to cheer up with you. I know you've done a good job. You really have. T-Splosh, intergovernmental agreements being drafted between Madison County and the cities. The agreement should go to the city councils next month and be presented to the Board of Commissioners in July. We've already met with the mayors, and I think the only one we didn't actually meet with, we spoke over the phone with. Right now we're in a process of divisions, and we're just not there yet. We originally thought that Miles was going to work out best. Didn't. It don't compute as good as the other did. So we'll still keep hammering away at the numbers and have something to present to everybody before we go out. You'll receive an email about it and see, get thoughts on that. More than likely, in our next work session, we'll try to have some final numbers so we can kick it around at this table to discuss. Also in the chairman's report, I was approached on accident by a guy on the side of the road when we were looking at some of the tornado damage that just happens to do fiber. And several years ago, I think during Anthony Dove's term, there was some discussion about connecting our buildings here in the county, the courthouse with the 911 center and the 911 center to the sheriff's office and the senior center and the rec department all on one fiber line that feeds back to this building. Currently it's done through one of the local providers and or wireless. Right now it costs the county somewhere about $1,200 a month for that line. In fact, there's two lines at $1,200 a month, $2,400 a month total. So this gentleman has offered his services to do this for us because he lives in Madison County at cost. The original numbers back in 2012, according to Thomas, was $115,000 turnkey. This gentleman is going to do it along with Thomas's guidance for $36,000. We'll get to the pay on that in just a minute. Just wanted to throw it out there to you guys. Which has about a 2-year ROI on it. That's pretty good. Madison County has received a portion, the county's portion of the American Rescue Funds. It increased to $5.8 million instead of $5.795. We've received half of this amount, $2.9 million, and the remaining half will be received within the next 12 months for U.S. Treasury. The eligible expenditure guidelines are still being developed. The deadline to spend the funds is December 31st, 2024. I will say Rhonda and Christina both have worked diligently in trying to keep up and keep the information flowing on this because it changes daily, considering it's coming from the federal government. Today, at 10 o'clock this morning, I watched a webinar, and then again at 2 o'clock today, I think Christina and Miss Kathy watched the same webinar, and they discussed a lot about the financial side of it, the auditing side of the money, and they've opened up a little bit more usage for it. It looks like we will be able to do some upgrades as far as the servers are concerned in this building. It'll also provide ways for our EMS to get those new monitors that's fixing to expire, the ones we have now. So the doors, the information coming forth is getting a little bit better. It's about all we can really say about that at this point because we still don't know anything. I mean, the information is slow and it's third party. Most of the time, the federal government tells NACO, NACO tells ACCG, and then they all try to decipher what's been told so far. So, not trying to confuse y'all, just trying to let you know where we're at as of right now. Last Thursday, I met with Windstream regarding Kinetic, the new company Kinetic, high-speed internet and other internet providers to develop a plan of installation for fiber optics in the county for a better broadband system. On June 2nd, I will also meet with Charter Spectrum to hear their plans on developing a broadband system. Kinetic, currently, there was RDOF money awarded, and I think $750 million came into Georgia. I saw the map of Madison County and what it's going to cover. It's really impressive. Percentages of the county is yet to be determined based on at what point of partnership we want to be a partner with them. And today in that webinar, I did hear that it looks like we will be able to partner with a private entity. To begin with, I was worried about that being, I forgot what law it was now, but there were so many ago.
Just have to have a contract.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it looks like that we will be able to proceed if we choose to partner with Kinetic. I'll know more on Charter after June 2nd. Renovations to the up-and-coming Board of Elections building. And hats off to TC and Michael Moore for having some inmates help us over there. We're fixing to get some paint on the walls, and hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we'll have floor cover on that building. That reminds me, in that webinar today, it did say that there was courtroom expansions due to COVID, that money could be used out of this money here to add on to that courtroom over there and make that courtroom a valuable source for us. Tracy's come down. There's been, if you haven't been in that building lately, go in it. There's walls torn out. There's walls put back. It's come a long way. A lot of the wiring has been completed. There will be a new fiber cable run from that building to this building to tie them together, and that will come at, it's free of cost by this gentleman. And this was the reason when I met him was to talk about tying that building to this building with fiber, and he agreed to do that for free just because he's a citizen of the county. One of the other things that'll go out that we're working on as far as the road department goes, and Dennis just brought up a good idea a minute ago, is we're looking at some better signage and possible rumble strips at a lot of these dangerous intersections, a lot of the blind intersections that sometimes you can't see around. We went out for pricing on different ones of those. We have some currently that we just purchased that we're going to put over on this Commerce Road area to try them out and see how it does, make sure it's going to hold up. There's so many different brands out there, so many different people offering different solutions that it's been a challenge, but we are moving forward on working on some of these side roads to keep them a little bit safer on these four-way stops or two-way stops. That's all I have on the chairman's report. I apologize it was so long, there's a lot more I could add, but the time concerns, I think we're pretty good. Statements and remarks from citizens on tonight's agenda. Do we have anybody that'd like to speak on tonight's agenda? Yes. Go ahead, brother.
Do I state my name or anything?
If you'd like, go right ahead, my friend.
It's fine. I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but it's difficult catching Teresa sitting down. So I just want to take this opportunity while she's sitting and say thank you from our district and our beloved county. You did a great job.
Thank you, Mr. Bruno.
And Todd, can I ask a question?
Sure, yes, sir.
And I don't know if you have the answer or not. Which body governs our real estate taxes? For instance, I get the Ulster exemption, right? Who governs that?
It'd be the tax assessor.
So locally?
Yes, sir.
So anything to discuss with that is with the tax assessor, not the board?
Correct.
For instance, a recommendation, let's say.
There's a tax assessor board if you're looking for an appeal,
Well, not an appeal, just
or if it's just general questions.
maybe a
tax
new
assessor.
program they might consider, you know? So do it with them?
So actually, so the tax assessors handles the values, the tax commissioner handles exemptions and computations. So depends on which category.
So handle it at the tax office?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Just come in here and we'll direct you to the right office. If it's the wrong office, we'll direct you to the next one.
thank
I'm
you.
just kidding.
Thanks for all you do.
No, thank you, buddy. Any other questions or remarks from the citizens? All right, old business. Consider 2021-22 health insurance policy. I think everyone received an email on this, and most of you are familiar with what's been happening with our county insurance. So this year we went out to bid. We discussed this in the work session, and we received these final numbers actually on May 11th. And this is what the county's looking at. By choosing to go out to bid, we had about a 16.5% reduction in our insurance cost. This was bid between Cigna, United Healthcare, Aetna, and Anthem. Cigna's our current carrier, and with that, in order to continue being our current carrier, they lowered our rates, because they were outbid. I'm proud to say that the annual savings to the county is about $343,000, and that's if we do nothing. My initial thought process to get this started was I felt like we needed to offer better insurance to the county, because working for government don't always pay the best per hour, so you make it up on the insurance side. With that being said, you'll see the current price that we pay for an employee spouse. That's gonna save that employee $124 a month by going with the new insurance plan. We didn't, I say that wrong, not the new insurance plan, the plan stayed the same, the new insurance rates. If we make a motion tonight to approve this, not only will our employees of our county have a huge savings, but so will the taxpayers, because we'll still inevitably save $206,000 to this county. And this was just from us shopping. Our insurance coverage. Also, and I don't have it in front of me, it may be in one of these books, you have, well, here's a good breakdown for you on your second page if you haven't looked at that yet. But we also will be able to offer other policies, secondary policies like Aflac, stuff like that, that the employees can buy in on, that they'll have anything to do with the county. It's just another option that they can buy through, but they get it at a discounted rate because they are county employees, even though it does not cost anybody any money except for the person signing up. Is there any questions regarding the health insurance policy? This is a 12-month arrangement.
Drugs stay on the same tier.
Everything stays exactly the same. Now, come January 1 of this year, we will do a little bit more shopping. And at that point, we won't shop for a new company, we will shop for a different type plan. And that's the one where we discussed about changing the deductibles, to also be able to lower the cost for our employees and the county. We couldn't do it all in the same time because our renewal was January 1. We did not have time to do it all at one time. I've heard feedback from a lot of employees. I know Rhonda has, and Christina and everybody else that works here. They feel like not only is this a home run for the citizens of the county to save this kind of money on the taxpayer side, but it's also a considerable amount for our employees to benefit from it.
I'll make a motion to approve the Cigna renewal.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Bettis, a second by Mr. Kirk. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Chandler?
Yes.
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 Thank you, gentlemen, employees of this county.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a lot of hard work done by a lot of people, and I tell you, that I was extremely ecstatic that day when those numbers come through to see that. All right. Consider awarding sealed bid for county-owned parcel 0069013. This was the sealed bid process that was opened at 11 a.m. on May 20th. This was the county landlocked parcel. We only had two bidders. Capital Resource Management LLC bid $15,000. Dennis Johnson bidded $23,877 to win the bid. I need a motion by this board to adopt this bid, to accept this bid, I'm sorry.
Now, this is that landlocked parcel.
Yes, sir.
Over here, close to a flying eel or something like that.
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid. Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Adams, a second by Mr. Chandler. Ms. Tracy?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. And ladies?
Now, after I voted, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Johnson a neighbor?
Yes.
Or of
Yes,
that
they
park?
own the property adjacent.
I assumed it was, I couldn't remember.
As a matter of fact, the other adjacent neighbor come in to bid, and he thought it was at 2 o'clock, but when he found out that the bid went to the other neighbor, he was extremely happy that his other neighbor got it. So he didn't care one way or the other. He just wanted one of them to try to get it. All right. Continue, consider discontinuing large animal burial service, and this is gonna be the effective date of July 1, 2021, and Christopher has put together some charts for us. Christopher, you wanna talk about this? I know you've got a little bit better understanding than I do about it.
Yes. We tried to make it a little more easy on the eyes, so to say, still have the whole box of Crayola involved here. We tried to simplify it and include a little more detail into the wildlife. Page 1's the simple flow chart attached to your packets. You'll also find the reference list with emails and phone numbers to every in-source possible on our flow chart. Going all the way down to the burial service, which is the very last choice or options we have. We reached out and made contact with several private host services throughout the county, trying to cover from one end to the other to give options, but the caveats that we added at the end is we are not.
Yeah, we're not endorsing any of these, it's just a list provided for convenience.
I really liked how Christopher surrounded the county, tried to pick them out of different areas to keep the travel time down, which obviously keeps the cost down.
Yes, sir. Most everybody I spoke to, without putting numbers out, since it's private businesses, are all within $20 of each other. So it's a pretty narrow focus deal. And I believe they've all been kind of chit-chatting amongst themselves, trying to make sure they were all staying in ballpark as well. But if y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to try and give you a final answer. That's my ability.
If they can't coordinate two places, then we'll be accused of collusion, wouldn't we?
Little price fixer.
Yeah.
Be sure to act.
So thank you for putting this together. I think this
Yes.
answers most of the questions,
Yes.
if not all of them.
You ought to have the opportunity to work with this guy on a daily basis. I mean, it is a pleasure to work with him, and he brings so much knowledge. I'm just astonished every day at what he's gonna come up with next.
It's true.
He really is. Well, while you're here, just hang on. So we'll need a motion to approve the discontinued large animal burial service effective 7/1/21. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Doster, second by Mr. Kurt.
Discussion.
Who was it?
Ask for
You
discussion.
gonna call for
Call for
discussion?
Yeah, discussion.
I didn't know if the farmer had anything on the
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. I'm very pleased with, we try to come up with solutions and I understand the concern. And there's a balance in here somewhere. Really, everything that we do in the county is providing service. So we're making a decision that this is a service we're not going to provide. I don't know that it's the right decision, but I don't know that it's worth arguing hugely about. But again, we in the county are in the business of providing service. So again, we're going to do rec departments, and we're going to do police departments. But thank you for putting this together. I think it helps solve this, and particularly if we can train more folks to be proactive, and we get a lot of this done through rendering service.
Yes, sir.
I think it helps an awful lot.
Yes, sir.
I want to speak to one thing to Terry on this. Because of your diligence and because of the questions that Terry asked, this is why we're where we're at tonight. The good put-together plan. Because I do feel like if we would have made this decision a few months ago, like we'd anticipated, or trying to put together, that we would have fell short. So by you being persistent and getting certain things answered is why we have a good plan tonight. So thank you both.
I appreciate the work you put into it, I really do. I agree with Terry. I think there's, the services that we provide, but it was hard to get back to where this wasn't a legitimate service, allowed by code, by state law. So I appreciate the effort, and I know there'll be a little transition period moving forward, but.
So I have a first and a second. I guess we'll skip to Dennis.
The only other thing is just making sure we do a good job getting this information out.
Yes, sir.
Publicizing with the appropriate organizations everywhere, sort of everybody in the county that might possibly receive a call,
Yes, sir.
in addition to all the organizations that might help us with it too.
Yes, sir.
Got that, Zach?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes,
We're
sir.
good.
First, second. So Dennis?
You said
Yes.
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 Thank you. Stay there, because this is probably on you again. Consider approving a nuisance and abatement ordinance. This has been a long time coming. Again, all the work falls right back into yourself, Jack, Eddie Pritchett, Teresa, and Linda.
Yes, sir.
All of you have collaborated to get this put together, and I know it's been a long time coming. And I know some of the board members has asked for it for a while, and I'm really pleased to see this is one of your things at the forefront right here.
Yes, indeed.
So, very excited about that too.
Much appreciated. Make a motion to approve.
Now, second.
We can have discussion now.
Yeah, any discussion? All right, so motion approved by Ms. Bettis, a second by Mr. Doster. Is that right? Discussion.
This thing's been discussed for 2 years.
I think we did on that one. I just appreciate your efforts,
Right.
honestly.
And I think it's clear that it's not intended to take anybody out of their house. It's just to
Correct.
clean up
Correct.
places that ought to be clean.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
We already have a structured fine in place, and things like that.
Yes, sir.
And in the event it's a rental property, the fine's directed towards the property owner and not the rental.
Yes, sir.
I'm good with that.
the collaboration on the fine structure was with Judge Patton,
Yes, sir.
Judge Cross, and then the old fine structure that Jack had worked from, it was all modified, and I will say, I sat through court the other day as this gentleman, and this is unique also, if you need to go see this, the way he's got it set up on his computer, Judge Patton is here, big screens on the TV, the defendant was there, and honestly, he educated that defendant so much. There was fecal matter coming out from under the house from raw sewage, and it, with kids, and they walked through the process of how to do it, what needs to be fixed. It was great, and Judge Patton, when they left, looked at me and says, this is the best thing we've ever done, is to educate these people, because they didn't know, they just thought they had a shower, matter of fact, they thought it was a washing machine. That was
The
legal.
washing machine had backed up a septic tank and,
Yeah, so. Any more discussion? Hearing none, goes back to Brian's where we left off a minute ago.
Yes.
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 Consider, thank you. Consider approving a proposed EMS pension plan. And we discussed this in the work session. Is there any more questions on this particular one before I ask for a motion to approve? And this will be based off the age 55 and 20 years of service eligibility.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion to approve by Mr. Kirk, second by Ms. Bettis. Discussion.
Just confirmation that there is no additional cost to
Yes, sir. 0. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Mr.
Yes.
Doster's good. Mr. Adams?
Yes.
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 Consider approving a resolution establishing the qualifying fees for District 3 Commissioner. Unless you want to back out. All right,
Thanks,
we'll throw that in there.
Thank you, though.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Doster, second by Ms. Bettis. Any discussion? And this will be for the $216, I'm sorry, by the way. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Adams, back on you.
Yes.
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 Y'all keep practice, y'all will be good at this.
Well, I didn't put yes with reservations, but I wanted to. I don't think she ought to leave, because she lured the rest of us into this mess.
Consider approving 2021 beer and wine license for Calvert Food Mart. Effective 6/1/21. 2021. Any discussion on this matter? I have the copy from Michael Moore stating that everything has been completed and it's good on the sheriff's office end.
Just to confirm what we discussed before, there's been no issues with this establishment.
No.
According to Michael Moore, no, sir.
Make a motion to approve?
Motion by Mr. Doster,
Second.
second by Mr. Kerr. Any discussion? Mr.
Yes.
Chandler?
Yes.
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 Consider selling 2.68 county-owned parcel, 2.68 acres, county-owned parcel 0010049 on Jotham Down Road through sealed bid process. I think you are the adjoining property owner, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Unless y'all get mad at us.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen, sir.
So we just need a motion to proceed with the sale.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to put that forward, motion to proceed with this, with the process to sell this
I'll
parcel.
second that motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Chandler, a second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? And for the record, this was the parcel that the county tried to sell several times in the past and didn't. I think there was a minimum bid set in the past and it wasn't met, so, but the county's always wanted to get rid of this particular piece. Any discussion, all right? Ms. Patterson?
Yes.
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 We'll give you a time, that the bids will be able to be picked up. You can pick up the paperwork probably.
I'll call you, probably next week.
That'll be fine, thank you.
New business. Consider appointing Ms. Jean Mullis to fill the vacant IDBA position at the table. This position will be filling Ms. Pat Mahoney, who no longer resides in the county due to not retirement. I think she just moved, didn't she?
Correct. I'm happy to make a motion to appoint Ms. Jean Mullis for the vacant position.
Second motion.
A motion by Mr. Doster, second by Mr. Chandler. Any discussion?
I have spoken, I hope y'all have too, but I definitely have spoken to Ms. Jean, and she's willing to serve if appointed. She would have been here tonight, but she has a senior in school, and they're doing school activities, so we understand that as well. But spoke to her yesterday, and she's ready to jump on and be part of that position and help the community in any way she can.
Her daughter's still on, is it? Still
No.
Victoria? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, sharp, yes.
Good deal.
Yes.
Good deal. Mr. Kirk?
Yes.
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 And with that being said, I also would like to thank Ms. Pat Mahoney for everything she done on the IDA board. she was a very vocal figure, a very, very intelligent young lady, and she will sorely be missed.
Like she's moved to the mountains, I think.
I enjoyed our conversation. Road updates.
I'd just like to say, I got a, and I forget which road it is, one of the, couple on the road was commenting on, how well the county had done in cutting the roadside, and how well they had, a place that normally didn't get cut, they had cut it and made it nice, and it helped with, some of the drainage and all that, because, they got rid of some of the extra debris and stuff around it, so. I just wanted to make that mention, that our road department's doing a good job. And, you know, you don't get a whole lot of compliments, you get a lot of time you get a bunch of, you know, people saying, well, you know, you're not doing a good job, but, in this case, I'm very proud of our road crew.
And I'd like to add just a comment to that with, the sheriff's department and the trustees from the jail working on the trash pickup too. There for several months during the winter, there was just complaints every day about that, and it appears to be much better now than it was for a while. So, you know, working in conjunction with each other, it's coming around real well.
The only statement I have on this is, currently our road crews are coming from the Colbert area back towards the Danielsville area, and then we have another, set of crews up around the Jotham Down area. That'll be working towards the whole area. And I can't say enough about how good a job they're doing. It's been a great 5 months for me to see the camaraderie and the workmanship and the efforts that every department in this county put forth. It's just been shocking to me. It's amazing how good of a job they've done. And I'm very thankful for it. I can honestly say that I don't know of one negative thing going on in this county right now. Not one negative. Now, it's coming, I'm sure. Don't get me wrong. But we receive emails every day, myself, Rhonda, or somebody in the hall stop me and just tell me that everything is just great right now. And it makes me feel good.
Did have a call last week, and I visited with Derek about the Sherwood community, and there was some question about who had the road responsibility there.
Yeah.
And got that cleared up. We might want to visit with Mayor Damasville just to make sure we all understand there.
I got that phone call.
Okay.
Yeah, it's took care of. Stapler Road, is just about complete. There was a complete rebuild of Stapler Road, and it is 75% complete. We're waiting on some pipes right now.
Woo! Sorry.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you just have to go out there and see it for yourself and see how good a job these guys are doing. And they're doing it with a smile. I mean, really are. Urgent matters. Anybody have anything?
I have one other question on the road. What was the decision made on the, have we been given guidance on the Rogers Mill Road Bridge?
Yes. So myself and Senator Ginn and Mr. Adams came out there. Turns out the bridge wasn't in as bad a shape as they initially thought. There's 4 sets of piers under that bridge, 4 individual piers times 4, and 1 set of 4, they wanted a 2-foot above ground, 2-foot below ground concrete poured around them because of some surface rust. And as soon as we can pour that, they'll take that bridge back to standard operating weight. And I want to say it's, what, 12 tons?
Well, it had been 18 for a long time, and a little over a year ago, they upgraded to 24.
Okay, so it'll go back to 24 then.
And then just, they dropped it down to 6 when they found the problems.
I don't, in speaking with the gentleman from DOT, he had originally felt like maybe they looked at a different bridge, or they were on the wrong bridge or something. Because he didn't see really enough to impact it, but now that he did see that, he said, I'd just like for you to fix this and we'll take it back right away. And he said, actually, while they're pouring the concrete, call me and I'll go ahead and put in the change order. So EMS has been alerted, fire's been alerted, The bridge is safe.
Bus traffic still
Yes, the bridge is still safe.
good, I've been over it several times in 2 years.
Statement of remarks from citizens. All right. Statements from remarks from commissioners. All right.
Just one topic, I talked to Al Stone, we discussed several months ago about, some of the historical properties that the county had and what kind of direction. I had a couple of thoughts in my mind, and I wanted to see what the response would be from those who've been very involved in historical preservation for many years. So I had a conversation with Al Stone, and he had a little bit of a different opinion than I did, so I'm kind of backing up and rethinking a little bit. This still is an issue, particularly probably well, obviously the courthouse, and that's a big ticket item. But short term, the Strickland house, it's lost a piece of tin off the porch. The front porch is collapsing. And so, in discussing with Al, I would much rather see, I'd much rather see the structure fixed and maybe us give up a little bit of historical significance. And the thing that he placed importance on that I did not was the location of the building. And I told him, I'd rather see the building preserved in a different location than just to watch it fall down where it is now. But anyway, I want that conversation to stay alive. That one particularly is pretty urgently in need of something. And obviously, like we discussed before, in my mind, the county needs to have an end goal in mind. We got to have something. It's not just a matter of putting money; it's got a matter of how we can use it. To me, there's really only 2 options for the Strickland house where it is. And that would be potentially an office for the rec department, or as a welcome center, we use it as the office for the Chamber of Commerce or something like that.
It used to be the office of the chamber.
Yeah, right, it was for me. That's why it has a bathroom on it, because it was so anyway, I'd just like for that conversation to stay alive, and I feel like there probably gonna be some grant monies available, so whatever we need to do to begin that process, that's in pretty serious need, immediate attention.
I will say, based on being broadband ready, that the county's gonna look at having established a DDA before it's over with. Because it seems like every county has a DDA. And that's the kind of thing that the DDA would head up. So you look for that coming months, because it is one of the requirements. If you don't have one, you jump through a whole lot more hoops. And that's key, is this broadband readiness.
Do any of our cities have those?
Danielsville does, but it's inactive. And I think Alstone's on it. But they met one time while I was mayor.
Yeah.
But anytime you start having historical societies, that becomes key. And I agree. Was there any thoughts on it possibly being moved?
Well, that was sort of my thinking on it. If we could potentially put it up for bids, and one of the criteria be it be relocated within the county, restored,
Sure.
and be available at some point. And Al understood where I was, and in talking to him, he understood my concern of what I was thinking. But his personal opinion was location was important. That building was there it was chosen as the first government building because it is actually physically the center of the county. So he felt like that the highway actually moved. The house used to be directly parallel to the highway. The highway has moved a little bit, so it's not anymore. But he felt like location was important. My thinking, I'd rather preserve it somewhere else than see it fall down. Again, it's an area we just need to discuss and not let it fall by the wayside.
The reason I asked is because I was looking at it from more of a perspective of the rec department expansions, senior center expansions, to if it could be relocated to a different spot. Either way, you don't want to spend the money on rebuilding it and then trying to relocate it, because then it'll take a All right. Executive session to discuss real estate acquisitions, personal matter, or potential litigations.
No, sir.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
For the last.
All right.